Hello, world. Hello, loves. Hello, world. My name is Treva, Treva, and nice to meet you. I have wanted to do this for a very long time, but I've been afraid for uh, numerous reasons and kind of like paralyzed by fear to some extent. But I have recently gone through a life changing spiritual experience, which has led me to just go ahead and do what I got to do. So basically, I wanted to create a YouTube channel. I was always coming up with ideas of like content and kind of how I wanted my channel to be, what I wanted it to be about, all that kind of stuff. But I had all of these fears about it. Maybe people won't like me. My teeth crooked. People on YouTube be having pretty ass teeth. I don't know. I don't like how I be presenting in photos or on video. Like if you ask any of my family and friends, I don't never like taking pictures. I don't know, just criticism, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, first I gotta get a camera, I gotta get some light, and I gotta get a curtain, and I gotta have props and shoes, and all of this extra stuff that people always tell you have to have, right? But you really don't. Like I was telling my best friend about it, and she was like, girl, just do it. You could just use your iPhone. I'm like, yeah, okay. But so I've come to this recent spiritual revelation, and one of the things that I have realized is that the only person's judgment who I should be fearful of or concerned about is God's and my own. We as human beings, we all out here trying to do the best that we can, and people are going to judge you. People are going to be on different levels of like self-awareness, different levels of success, different levels of attractiveness, different levels of education, blah blah blah. But got hair all over me. But at the end of the day, the only person's judgment that matters, at the end of the day, that reminds me of Miss Trice, but at the end of the day, the only person whose judgment matters is your own judgment of your actions and your behavior and God's. That's it. Of course, we're going to have moments where we slip back into the old way of thinking where we're like, oh, I wonder what this person thinks of me, but you always got to come swooping back in with the cape on like it don't even matter. So yes, I've had a lot of experiences that have led me up to this moment. One of today in particular, I was watching Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates, if you don't know, he's a rapper / spiritual guide, which I don't even really like Kevin Gates' music like that. TBH, like I really don't fuck with it like that. But as a person, I feel like we have kindred spirits to some extent, and he's just very therapeutic to watch him in his element and him being himself. In today's world of social media, shit is crazy. Like people facades, pretending to be things that they're not, putting forth a certain image of themselves and their lives and what they have, and even facating their emotional states. So when you run across people who are truly authentic, it is a breath of fresh air, which is what I want this channel to be about. Lovery, as you all can see, is the name of the channel. And that's what I'm about. I have just recently came into a place of being in love with myself, which is amazing. People say self-love is the best love, and that is the truest statement, because if you are in love, let's say you happen to be in a happily married or just a committed, fulfilling relationship, but if you don't love yourself, you're going to still be miserable. And those is just facts. In coming into my self-love, it's just made me want to share that with the world, because I know that's something that most people are searching for in life. And I want to share my tools of how I got here. And I don't know if you can hear the background because I have headphones on, but I'm living in this apartment complex. It's pretty not nice at all. It's not nothing. It's kind of down there, but I love my own space. I have my own space. I'm comfortable. I am fulfilled. I am happy. And words can't express. I don't have enough. I could not verbalize the intensity of my gratitude for my current life circumstances, although from the outside looking in, you would think that it's pretty shitty, but that's what people always say, happiness, you cannot acquire happiness, joy, self-love through things on the outside. It has to come from the inside. It has to, it has to come from the inside. So these are my tips. These are my kind of like 5 things that I live by, and the things that have gotten me to self-love, being in love with myself. 1, honesty. When I say honesty, I mean being honest with other people and being honest with yourself. Not trying to fool yourself, being true to your emotions, validating your experiences and your thoughts and your feelings. Validating yourself, being honest with yourself and truthful with yourself first and foremost, above all things, honesty, and being honest with the people in your life or people around you, not lying to people. Number 2, integrity. I love that word. Having a sense of integrity. If you don't know what that word is, I hope look it up. But integrity. Honesty, integrity, passion. Having passion about something, because I feel like that's something that separates human beings from the rest of God's creatures. Being able to be passionate about something, whether that is being passionate about being a mom, being passionate about your career choice, being passionate about freaking football, what the fuck ever it is that you want to be passionate about, that having passion and working within that passion. Honesty, integrity, passion, acts of service. Being of service to your fellow man in whatever capacity that is. And most of the time when people say service, they think of like feeding the homeless or giving money to somebody or whatever the case may be. But I have found that I receive so much warmth in my heart from something as simple as telling somebody, you look beautiful today. Girl, you popping. Or you really are handsome. Or just whatever way, in whatever goodness you see in somebody else, point it out, because people need that. And you being able to be of service to somebody else in turn blesses you. Not only through you receiving things back to you from the universe and from God, but also just in that moment, you feel good about doing good to somebody else. Honesty, integrity, passion, acts of service, and faith. Having faith that there is some force, whether you are religious or whatever, but some force in the universe that ultimately is working for your good, even in your moments of tests and trials, that test and trial is strengthening you and preparing for you for whatever your purpose is. Having faith in yourself and your abilities, just faith. It feels good to feel that. So those are my 5 tools, rules that I live by, and my roadmap, I would say, to self-love. Honesty, integrity, passion, acts of service, and faith. Okay, so a huge part of this, channel is to help other people love themselves. That's why the channel is called Lovery. There's going to be a lot of other stuff included. As you can see, this is real basic and full. Like, ain't no frilly frills, ain't no cameras and lighting and edits and swoosh to the next scene. Like, it's basic, but that's what it is, and a part of, like I said, self-love is honesty, right? So I think that one of my purposes is to illuminate that for the world, for other people. That's one of the reasons why I knew in the moment that I decided that I was going to record this video and post it, even though I'm fucking, I was shaking, I'm nervous as fuck. I just feel like for whatever reason, that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Because I love people. I just want to see people do good, blah, blah, blah. So that's the reason that I decided to record this barefaced, because best believe honey beats face. Okay. I'm natural now, as you guys can see. I wanted to have, the only thing I did was put a little as I am, a little Jamaican castor oil up in my little TWA. For those of you that don't know who are not a part of the natural community, that is Teeny Weeny Afro. You know, I ain't the fittest girl in the world. Bear trouble, that's what you get. So I feel like a part of my journey is, and my purpose is to illuminate the importance of honesty and self-acceptance at its most raw form. Most raw form. People, you know, like I was saying earlier, have the fear has paralyzed me for a long time. Fear paralyzes a lot of people. I recently read this book called Warrior of the Light by Paulo Coelho, which I suggest all of you people who are on personal growth journeys, self-love journeys, read. And one of the things that has really stuck with me, and I'm not going to quote it verbatim because I don't remember it verbatim, but basically what it was saying was, the warrior of the light does not turn away from fear. He is basically, he hits the gas when he comes in contact with fear. You know, most of the times when you're fearful of something, you shy away from it, or you try to get as far away from the fear-causing element as you can. That is the opposite of what successful people do. That is the opposite of what enlightened people do. That is the opposite of what chosen people do. Fear should be your that this is some obstacle that I need to overcome. Of course, unless it's fear because your ass about to be mangled or like physically harmed, then scatter your ass around the corner. But if it's fear because of some insecurity, some fear of judgment, fear of failure, whatever the case may be, when you experience that fear rising up in you, you have to acknowledge it and be courageous and run towards the fear, whatever that fear-causing agent is. That's something that I learned. But anyway, I was fearful to do this, but I'm doing it because I feel like, I have to be, I know there's plenty of people out in the world that have come to this place, but I feel like I have to be the patsy. That's what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing right now, being the patsy as an example for other people. And if I receive criticism, you know, I'm not a social media person at all. If I receive criticism, then that's just something that I know God has given me the fortitude, strength, and resilience to deal with. But I am scared about that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I am going to be using this as a diary of sorts. I have become accustomed to using a journal as a cathartic instrument to get out my thoughts and feelings and fears and blah, blah. But I have recently discovered that video recording and voice recording is increasingly more therapeutic for me, being able to hear my voice back to me and see my expressions and know where I was in that moment and refer back to it in times that it may be useful. And I'm sharing that with the world. So that is what this is. This video is going to come to an end, and I will be back very soon, maybe tomorrow. Since I ain't got to be doing all that editing and shit for now, maybe I'll get into that later on because I don't know how to do it right now. But since I ain't got to be doing all of that, I can record anytime I want to, anywhere I want to, and that's fucking great. Last thing I want to say is we have a tendency of categorizing people as intelligent or unintelligent based on the way that they speak, dialogue, dialect, blah, 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 blah. But what I have noticed, what I've learned through observing, I would say, like Cardi B and like Kevin Gates, these folks is hood as fuck, right? They cuss, they use slang. Sometimes their grammar is not correct, grammatically incorrect statements. But you cannot categorize intellect simply based on that. People can have intellect in a lot of different ways. And another one of the things that I am going to be doing is speaking in my true voice. I do have education. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in mental health counseling. But I feel like it is inauthentic of me to try to speak in a specific type of way. So I cuss, I use slang, I roll, I pop, all of that. But again, that is me. So I think with each video, I want to end it with our 5 life tools, which I've stated again, but which is we live by the principles of honesty, integrity, passion, acts of service, and faith. And that is it.